which administration do you think would be better for the economy?
Probably for the stock market, the Harris administration. The overall economy, maybe Trump by 2 or 3% overall, but stock market for sure, Harris.
They've given the economic policies of both candidates to 30 of the world's most brilliant minds. 28 of them came back and said that her policy actually would benefit more. I mean, it's interesting. I try to look at the policy itself. I couldn't really find too many things about the policy.
And I don't want to go there, but
okay.
What's the policy? And okay, until her point before she left. Yeah. If the Republicans talk about what I do for you, or Trump, what I do for you, we're smarter, we're the better party. That's an indictment on a Democratic Party for not doing a job well. Like I said this 2 years ago. If I made you more money than Biden did, that is a misstep.
Well, what's
the economic plan that works at scale for most Americans? It's not there.
Here's the economic plan. All right, here's my philosophy on this. That's why when I said like I'm out for dead presidents to represent me, I'm not necessarily saying that I don't believe him. I'm gonna vote for a person. Yeah. But this isn't Cuba, right? If you're looking for the government to make you money, you've already failed. That's not gonna happen. They don't even know how to make money. Most of the time, people in government are not entrepreneurs. These are regular people. And I like these good people, but it's like Jamal Bowman, like he's a good person, but he was a school principal. There's people that are plumbers or dentists. Like these are the people that's in Congress. Then they don't run businesses. So you should never, when I say you, I'm talking to the general public. You should never be looking at a politician or a country or a political party as your way to just scale. Now you can use politics, especially on a local level. This is what Don Peebles has talked about as far as like mayors and there are RFPs and there's different opportunities to kind of leverage public-private partnerships for sure. But when I look at economic policy, I look at it like America is a cruise ship, and you just have to steer the cruise ship, right? Don't do any dumb shit. Don't hit the iceberg.
But it's a bunch of icebergs. Banks are sitting on trillions of dollars of losses, and they're talking more about what Cardi B wore on Fashion Bomb Daily than banks collectively are sitting on $10 trillion worth of debt.
Well, the thing is also we got to talk about the debt of the United States of America.
Yes.
That has to be addressed at some point too. But, all of these people have other people around them that's going to kind of steer the ship, right? As far as economic policy, advisors, the Treasury, stuff like that, right? The one thing that I would say with Trump as opposed to Harris is that he seems more aggressive as to doing things. Like she was seen more open to listening and just, following the protocol of what's currently happening. He would seem more rogue. And I mean, that could be bad or that could be good potentially, but there's more risk involved. I think that's why a lot of economists favor her because people that really understand money when it comes to government, they like stable governments. I learned this early. Yeah. They don't like to be disrupted. They want to keep government out of it. Just let us know if you're going to tax us. Fine, just let us know what you're going to tax us. We'll figure out a way around it. Yeah, I'm talking about at the highest level possible. Goldman Sachs, like J.P. Morgan, Chase. What they don't like is just instability, randomness. You don't know what to expect.
Emotional reaction to
it. That's not good for the economy, and
that's kind of what we said about the market itself.
That's not good for the market. So Trump adds a lot more instability because he's an unstable person a lot of times. I think that she's a more stable figure. She seems more of a traditional politician. She's a traditional politician. Trump is not a traditional politician at all. So from an economic standpoint, you would probably say that there would be greater odds of stability with her. But now there's this other variable that goes into play. How far would the Republican Party go to tank her presidency? Right?
They're going out of their way.
Well, there's some House seats that are up right now, which could also sway things. That's why it's important. right? There's a seat here in New York. I think there's 2 in Iowa. So like the House of Representatives, this is on the ballot as well. So, I mean, it's a big election. I don't want to over like emphasize this is the election of our lifetime, but I mean, every election is important. This one's important. In 2028, it'll be important. There's a couple of things that are going to happen either in the next week, right? Either one party is going to have to say, we tried, we got to revamp, or the other party is going to say, all right, that was the message. That didn't work. We've got to find a new person to now lead us.
2016 was actually the most important election of our lifetime because that's when they changed the whole Supreme Court.
Or could it have been 2000?
No, but it did change in 2000.
Yeah,
no, I'm saying if Al Gore defeats George Bush,
he did defeat him. They lied about,
right? But that leads us into how many wars, how many catastrophes. Like these, we get attacked
for sure. But I'm saying this is for Supreme Courts. They have lifetime appointments. So even a war is going to end eventually, right? These people are going to be in Supreme Court for 70 years. And Supreme Court is one of these things that there's unchecked power. That's the only branch of America that has unchecked power for life.
Yeah. Even
that was the actual. They say this is the most important election of our lifetime.
2016 was the.
That 2016 was important. The most important election.
They're both important. Yes, that is three Supreme Court, but even that, right? Like that is something that should be talked about, right? There should be a candidate who's saying like we should put terms on that.
They're trying to. But
you see what I'm saying? Like we should add to the amount of Supreme Court judges that we have.
They've talked about that too.
But
you gotta force that.
Yeah.
Force that.
For the Democratic Party, I've said it before to everyone who's black. If you're concerned, if I'm going to turn and all this other BS, I'll see your comments. But if I critique something, I want it to improve. The Democratic Party has to do a better job of keeping promises, building candidates that are trustworthy, and then delivering the promises. The reason why we're here and it's a tight fight, I don't want to win a game on a game winner. If there's 8 seconds left and I got to be a hero, something went wrong. At some point, the Democratic Party is going to have to find a way to do better on delivering on the promises and stop being so fucking afraid of the Republican Party. That old value of how you're going to do things the right way, even from a brand standpoint, I'm not going to mention my competition in every ad to give more relevance to them. Tell me what you're going to do for us.